Meanwhile, these visuals which are also coming in from Lucknow tells you the story of how the entire health system, both COVID and non-COVID hospitals, are overburdened, almost full to the brim, running to capacity. Due to lack of beds and ventilators, COVID patients are unable to be admitted and shifted to other hospitals. On the other hand, even non-COVID hospitals patients are suffering on the road as the beds are full. This is the KGMU Trauma Center in Lucknow, Uttar Pradesh, now reeling under fresh attack of the COVID-19 virus. The health system absolutely overrun. Good evening and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is India Today, 6 p.m. Prime, coming to you live from the national capital. I am Ankit Tyagi. We gave you, you saw the visuals of Gujarat, you saw the visuals of Lucknow, but these are not the only two cities which are reeling under this massive coronavirus surge that the country is witnessing. Pune, in Maharashtra, Mumbai, already overburdened, cases rising in national capital Delhi as well. SOS from Andhra Pradesh, SOS from Odisha. At this point of time, we are in midst of a big second COVID surge in the country. On the show this evening, I will be joined exclusively by the health ministers of Maharashtra, Delhi and Chhattisgarh, as all these states, significantly the non-BJP ruled states, have claimed that they have run out of the vaccinations. We'll get all these ministers to try and understand what's the situation there, and also this is, remember, the run-up to the important meeting with the Prime Minister that Chief Ministers would be taking, which will be taking place in just a short while from now. I'm just getting a quick breaking news at this moment on the broadcast. This is the latest coming in from Kerala. Chief Minister of Kerala, Pinarayi Vijayan, has tested positive of COVID-19. In fact, remember, it was only day before that the voting in Kerala got over. The Chief Minister was campaigning at that moment. Now he has tested positive. That is one big question, ladies and gentlemen, as the election campaign in all the states continues unabated. All right, so the Chief Minister of Kerala has tested positive, but let me very quickly tell you about the overall numbers that we are witnessing in India. A quick update as the march of the coronavirus, the second wave continues. Grim situation as the country has posted more than 1,26,789 cases. The active cases in the country at 9,319. In the last 24 hours, 685 people have also lost their lives. What do these numbers translate into? We keep giving you numbers every day. In the last 5 days, India has posted more than 5 lakh cases. I will now tell you, and we'll start right on the top of the show with a story that is an eye-opener, which shows you how these big numbers impact the lives. There are hospital bed shortages, ventilators shortages, also vaccine shortages. People are struggling, running pillar to post, and that's the story of not just one city, but many places in Gujarat, in Pune, in Lucknow, and other parts of the country also reeling under shortage of COVID-dedicated beds. Take a look at this story.
No beds, no ventilators, healthcare workers overburdened. It's a sense of deja vu. The healthcare system is again on the verge of collapse as coronavirus cases surge in India. This is reportedly a government hospital in Gujarat. Patients can be seen lying on the floor, some lying in stretchers in the hospital lobby. This video was tweeted by Congress leader Shakti Singh Gohil. He's demanded answers from the government on the shortage of beds in the state. Hospital beds are fully occupied, healthcare workers overburdened again. And so in Morbi, COVID patients are being treated out in the open. There are no beds, so they lie on mats, getting tended to by staff. There's an ambulance shortage as well. A COVID patient's body was taken out in a lorry in Vadodara because ambulances aren't available. All resources are depleted. In Surat, a garbage truck, that's right, a garbage truck was used to transport ventilators by the municipal corporation. And it's not just Gujarat, but other states as well. India Today conducted a reality check to find out if our hospitals are prepared for the second surging coronavirus wave. This is Lucknow's King George Medical University. Patients waiting in stretchers for treatment, some of them left in ambulances because there are no beds or ventilators available.
With the situation of COVID-19 getting intense in Uttar Pradesh, hospitals are also facing the issue of admitting not only the COVID patient but also the non-COVID patients who are coming here from farther districts. We are here at the trauma center in Lucknow and we have encountered with many patients, many family members who have come here to get their patient admitted, but they are facing issues with the unavailability of the beds. Many of them are saying that the patient is not getting admitted here and they have asked for the bed, but they are not getting it.
Long queues can be seen at the hospitals as families wait for some opening to admit patients in need.
12 बजे से यहाँ परेशान है, कोई रिलीफ नहीं मिल रहा है। हटाया जा रहा है, वहाँ जाइए, कुछ नहीं हो रहा है।
क्या कह रहे हैं? एडमिट नहीं कर रहे हैं?
एडमिट नहीं कर रहे हैं।
क्या बता रहे हैं?
बता रहे हैं यहाँ हमारे पास वेंटिलेटर नहीं है, जगह नहीं है।
In Pune's Naidu Hospital, the situation is no different. We find a patient sitting on a chair as he is administered oxygen. All beds in the hospital are occupied.
The ICU ward is jam-packed. There are patients on each and every bed. The relatives are also there, the doctors are also there, and all efforts are being made to give them best of the treatment and to treat these patients who are in critical condition. Here there is yet another ward. This is also, all of the beds are fully occupied. There is a queue in waiting. Pressure is mounting.
As cases continue to go up, the healthcare system is slowly crumbling, slowly getting overwhelmed. Our hospitals are clearly unprepared and have been caught completely off guard once again by this second COVID wave. With Abhishek Mishra in Lucknow and Pankaj Khelkar in Pune, Bureau Report, India Today.
I'm now being joined by my colleague Gopi, who's joining us from Ahmedabad. Vidya is joining us from Mumbai. Gopi, I want to come to you first. ये जो तस्वीरें हम देख रहे हैं, इससे सिचुएशन जो गुजरात में है, जिस तरह से नंबर्स बाहर आ रहे हैं, वो काफ़ी भयानक बनी हुई है। केसेस लगातार बढ़ते जा रहे हैं। सरकार की कहाँ कमी रह गई है कि दोबारा से इस तरीके से गुजरात में हालत हो गई है?
बिल्कुल अंकित, आपको बताओ कि गुजरात में जो आंकड़े सरकार की ओर से दिए जा रहे हैं और जो एक्चुअल हॉस्पिटल की अगर बात की जाए तो हॉस्पिटल के बेड की बात की जाए तो वहाँ पे लोगों को बेड नहीं मिल रहे। यानी कहीं ना कहीं, क्योंकि ना सिर्फ हॉस्पिटल बल्कि स्मशान गृह है, वहाँ पे भी इतनी ही भीड़ लगी हुई है, चाहे वो अहमदाबाद हो या सूरत हो। तो हर जगह पर सरकार ये कह रही है कि 22 लोगों की मौत हुई है पूरे गुजरात में, लेकिन जब स्मशान गृह में जाते हैं तो 40 लोगों की तो सिर्फ वेटिंग होती है। तो कहीं ना कहीं आंकड़ों में जो गोलमाल है वो यहाँ पे दिखाई देता है। वही प्रशासन जो है, आज खुद डिप्टी सीएम नितिन पटेल अहमदाबाद के सिविल हॉस्पिटल पहुंचे थे। वहां पे उन्होंने पूरा एक ब्यौरा लिया कि क्या सिचुएशन है, क्योंकि 1200 बेड का हॉस्पिटल है वहां पे, वो पूरा 1200 बेड का हॉस्पिटल भर चुका है। करीब 2000 नए जो बेड्स है उसे क्रिएट किए जा रहे हैं ताकि जो पेशेंट है उनको ट्रीटमेंट दी जाए। यहाँ तक कि लोग अस्पताल में फ्लोर पे सो रहे हैं, उनको ट्रीटमेंट देने के लिए बेड्स अवेलेबल नहीं है। तो वैसी सिचुएशन में लगातार ये प्रयास हो रहा है कि अच्छी से अच्छी मेडिकल फैसिलिटीज़ दी जाए। यहाँ तक कि आज अहमदाबाद म्यूनिसिपल कॉरपोरेशन ने ये एक नोटिफिकेशन भी दे दिया है कि जितनी भी प्राइवेट हॉस्पिटल है उसके 50% बेड्स जो है उसे कोविड के लिए आरक्षित किया जाए। तो कहीं ना कहीं जो सामने मामले आ रहे हैं, जो नंबर्स सरकार दे रही है उसके सामने मामले हैं वो कई ज़्यादा है।
All right, situation is very grim as far as Gujarat is concerned. Vidya, same, problems being faced in Mumbai, in Pune as well. beds are a problem, and apart from that, the city now claims to be running out of vaccination as well.
Well, the beds were, something that the Maharashtra government had indicated, and which is the reason why, if you remember, Maharashtra was the first state in the entire country to go for night lockdown, weekend lockdown, and this mini lockdown, which is nothing, very far from the entire lockdown that we had seen earlier in 2020. In fact, only essential goods can be sold right now, and there are a lot of restrictions on people's movement as well. But coming to the fact that, yes, the government had expected that there will be, the infrastructure will fall short. By the way, the entire statistics had been rising, and which is the reason why this entire measures were taken. And now the central government has not even been supplying vaccines to them, is something that has led to this dire consequences where Maharashtra government has to really stop giving in vaccines to a lot of people, not just in Mumbai and, neighboring districts, but also Satara, Sangli. Many other districts are already facing the crunch. So they're really hoping, the state government is hoping that they will get the vaccine which will help curb the entire menace of COVID-19.
And Maharashtra has been one state, and Mumbai specifically has been the city which has been using the vaccine the maximum. They have been, in fact, proactive in vaccinating people as much as they can, but now almost running out of the vaccine. I mean, most places we have been hearing complaints of centers running dry. Thank you, Vidya and Gopi, for joining us with a light update. As both of them were talking about various measures, I just want to very quickly tell you, with the help of this graphic, what are the measures and restrictions which have been put across the country, various states. What are they doing to deal with the COVID menace? Meanwhile, Maharashtra weekend lockdown, night curfew has been put in place. Restaurants, theatres are shut. Section 144 has been put in place. In Delhi, night curfew has been put in place. Uttar Pradesh, night curfew in Lucknow, Noida, Varanasi, also in Ghaziabad. 20 houses have been sealed for every positive patient. No sports activities, crowd controlling at malls and restaurants. Schools have also been shut, ladies and gentlemen, in Noida. Madhya Pradesh, weekend lockdown in various cities. In fact, the Chief Minister today announced that from Friday 6 p.m. to Monday 6 a.m., all urban centers will be, in fact, under a lockdown. Rajasthan, night curfew in 10 cities. Schools are shut till class 9th. Theatre, gyms are shut. And PCR test is must for those who are traveling into the state. Night curfew in Punjab as well. No political gatherings. Gatherings have been restricted at weddings as well. Gatherings have been restricted at funerals as well. In Bengaluru, Section 144 has been imposed. Restrictions on gyms and pools. In Haryana, only 200 people are allowed for indoor activities and 500 for outdoor activities. Complete lockdown in the capital of Chhattisgarh. Tamil Nadu, religious gatherings have been banned till 30th April. Only 50% of the occupancy in restaurant and malls. So all of these states now, in fact, trying to come and trying to impose measures to try and control this unprecedented surge that we are seeing as far as the COVID numbers are concerned. I just want to bring your attention back to the national capital, Delhi, where there was complete chaos and confusion as in one of the hospitals dedicated for the COVID-19 vaccine, one of the vaccinator tested positive, and this led to huge amount of confusion and chaos as well. The vaccinating officer at Delhi's Rajiv Gandhi Super Speciality Hospital tested positive for COVID-19. The vaccinating officer arrived early morning and felt feverish. Soon, as she complained of the symptoms, she was tested and was found positive. The vaccinating officer has been isolated. However, this led to delay in the vaccination.
सब में ही होगा रश तो, लेकिन बट यहाँ पे फैसिलिटी ज़्यादा है, साफ़ सफाई इसलिए ज़्यादा है और फैसिलिटी भी अच्छी है यहाँ की। 200 डोज लगती है यहाँ पे, कंप्लीट हो जाती है, लेकिन 200 से भी ज़्यादा लोग होते हैं यहाँ पे। लगभग होंगे 500 तकरीबन 500 हैं यहाँ पे। पीछे से ही क्या कहते हैं, टीम नहीं है ना हमारे पास इतनी, वैक्सीनेटर भी एक ही है हमारे पास, फिर भी यहाँ से हॉस्पिटल से हमारे अरेंजमेंट करते हैं। प्रॉब्लम बहुत होती है, फिर भी हम कंफर्टेबल कर देते हैं, यहाँ पे प्रॉब्लम को अपना सॉल्व करते हैं।
कितने लोगों को दिया है?
150 लोगों को दिया है जी।
अच्छा, 150 ही क्यों? उससे ज्यादा आ गए?
उससे ज़्यादा वो कर ही नहीं पाते जी काम। डॉक्टर भी अभी आया है, सवेरे से हम 8 बजे से यहाँ पे बैठे हैं, डॉक्टर अभी आया, अब शुरू होगा काम। उन 150 को भी लग जाए, मेहरबानी है जी।
अच्छा, तो मतलब अभी तो दोपहर के 12 बज चुके हैं।
हाँ जी, 2 बजे तक ये काम करेंगे।
रजिस्ट्रेशन कराने का क्या फ़ायदा है? 1 तारीख को हमने रजिस्ट्रेशन कराया है, 8 तारीख आफ्टरनून का सारा मैसेज है हमारे पास, लेकिन इसका फ़ायदा क्या है? फिर अगर टोकन ही बांटने तो फिर इतना ऐड क्यों दे रही है गवर्नमेंट कि आप रजिस्ट्रेशन करो और ये करो वो करो? क्या फ़ायदा उसका? पब्लिक का पैसा वेस्ट हो रहा है और फिर लाइन में लगना है तो उसका फ़ायदा क्या? मेरी समझ में नहीं आया।
So I'm standing today at the just in the shadow of the India Gate at the Rajpath. Let me just, Dinesh will just show you. Look at this. I mean, the doctors and everybody has been advising non-essential travel should be curtailed, but this is full. I mean, there are a lot of people here at the India Gate as we are speaking. Though there are the civil defense and the police present here, asking people to wear the mask, chalaning people, those who are not wearing the mask, but still, just look at the sheer numbers of the people, those who are in fact coming at all these places. They are asking the civil defense volunteers, they are asking people to, wear their mask properly. But ladies and gentlemen, as the mask protocol is being implemented here, the Delhi High Court also has said that even if you are alone in your car, you have to wear the mask. It doesn't matter whether it's your private car, you are driving alone, you have to wear a mask because car is a public space according to them. That, in a way, shows India's mask duplicity, where all these people behind me and people, those who are sitting in the car, have been asked to wear the mask, make sure that their mask is over their nose. But what about the political rallies? Elections are taking place in Bengal. The 5 states, other 4 states also voting ended. Every political rally, you will see leaders not wearing the mask, supporters not wearing the mask or even adhering to social distancing. Are the rules only for the common people? Is the common man only responsible to make sure that the mask protocol is followed and the political leaders are exempt?
Tempers running high, street brawls over mask penalty, motorists fighting with enforcers, some getting mercilessly beaten up by cops for ditching the lifesaver piece of cloth, motorists made to pay fine for skipping the mask, and now a Delhi High Court order making mask a must even if you're driving alone in your car. So you're made to drive in mask even when no one is accompanying you. While everyone understands the importance of masks, what about these images? In ongoing election season, massive crowds are thronging netas of all hues, throwing all cautions of COVID safety to the wind. Hardly anyone is seen in masks. Social distancing goes for a toss. While the Prime Minister religiously sticks to masks, some netas defend using none.
मेरा लगता है कंट्रोल में है। आप मास्क पहन रहे हैं, मैं नहीं पहन रहा हूँ।
नहीं वो ठीक है, एक व्यक्ति पहन रहा है।
मैं नहीं, वो भी नहीं पहन, हम लोग नहीं पहने हुए हैं। मैं नहीं, अभी तो हजारों लोगों का
मैं यही आपसे पूछने वाला था।
जरूरत नहीं।
एक तरफ इतनी सख्ती और अब मास्क की जरूरत नहीं है।
नहीं है।
क्यों?
नहीं है।
The Delhi High Court on Thursday issued a notice to Centre and the poll panel asking if masks can be made mandatory for rallies and campaign. The long-delayed move can stop these rallies from acting as mega spreaders amid the second COVID wave. Bureau Report, India Today.
So you will have to pay the fine, you will have to make sure your mask doesn't go below your nose, or you possibly can be even beaten up. But all this is exempt as far as the netas are concerned. Though, ladies and gentlemen, there has been a petition which has been put in the court where the court has asked why not ensure that every person, including the netas, those who are in fact addressing political rallies, be it the Prime Minister or Mamata Banerjee or Amit Shah or anybody else, they should be also wearing the masks. Okay. I want to now focus on the vaccine and the politics around the whole availability of the vaccine which is going on across the country at a very crucial juncture. Now, just take a look at this graphic to give you a sense of how slow our vaccination process has been. So far, 9.06 crore doses have been administered so far. 7.98 crore beneficiaries who have got first dose of the vaccine, and 1.07 crore beneficiaries who've got the second dose of the vaccine. 8.25 crore Covishield vaccine has been administered so far, and 80 lakh doses of Covaxin have been given so far. So just, I mean, huge difference in as far as the Covaxin and the Covishield is concerned because of their manufacturing capacity. And that has been one question that a lot of experts have been saying, that government should immediately try and approve more vaccines so that people have options and there is a huge amount of supply so that everybody can be vaccinated. Now, amidst the call or the cry for universal vaccination, many chief ministers writing to the Prime Minister, but now politics on availability of the vaccine is peaking in India between the centre and the non-BJP ruled state. One after another, health ministers, chief ministers have come out and hit out at the centre, saying that there is discrimination as far as the availability of the COVID-19 vaccination doses are concerned, particularly in the state of Maharashtra. In Delhi also says that they will run out of the vaccine soon. Andhra Pradesh, one district has run out of the vaccine. Also in Odisha and other states. Chhattisgarh too has complained for the same. The health ministry's response has been quite political as well. It has said that this is just a propaganda which is taking place by the non-BJP ruled states. Take a look at this shameful politics between the state and the centre at a time when India needs the petty political scores to be kept aside.
Maharashtra Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray getting his second COVID jab. His state is witnessing India's worst COVID spike and a crippling shortage of hospital beds. To make it worse, Maharashtra now claims it doesn't have enough to immunize the vulnerable. The ruling Sena has locked horns with the Modi government, saying the state has only a few more days of vaccines left, even alleging a conspiracy hatched by the centre. The charges earned a strong rebuttal from the BJP.
महाराष्ट्र को नीचा दिखाने की, महाराष्ट्र को एक प्रकार से संकट में लाने की, बदनाम करने की ये कोशिश चल रही है। महाराष्ट्र के ऊपर सबसे ज़्यादा प्रेशर है, सभी तरह का प्रेशर है, तो एक दूसरे के ऊपर टीका टिप्पणी न करने से केंद्र सरकार और राज्य सरकार ने एक साथ मिलकर लोगों की सेवा करनी चाहिए।
महाराष्ट्र सरकारने वॅक्सिनचं राजकारण बंद केलं पाहिजे, लोकांच्या जीवाशी खेळणं बंद केलं पाहिजे आणि काल केंद्रीय मंत्र्यांनी स्पष्टपणे महाराष्ट्राला किती वॅक्सिन दिल्या, त्यातल्या किती शिल्लक आहेत, किती अजून दिलेल्या आहेत हे देखील सांगितलं। आणि सगळ्यात महत्त्वाचं असं आहे की या संदर्भात जे टीका करतात त्यांनी हे बघितलं पाहिजे, महाराष्ट्रापेक्षा जवळजवळ दुप्पट लोकसंख्या असलेल्या उत्तर प्रदेशपेक्षाही जास्त वॅक्सिन या महाराष्ट्राला मिळालेल्या आहेत।
But the Aghadi government appeared split down the middle over this claim. Key ally and NCP chief Sharad Pawar backed the Modi government, saying it's helping Maharashtra in the COVID fight.
राज्य सरकारचे जे प्रयत्न आहेत त्या प्रयत्नांना आपल्या सगळ्यांचं सहकार्य हे मिळालं पाहिजे आणि या सगळ्या सामुदायिक प्रयत्नातून आपण कोरोनावर निश्चित मात करू।
But other opposition-ruled states like Delhi and Jharkhand have also cried foul.
वो भी ICMR के गाइडलाइन है, उस ICMR के गाइडलाइन का पूरा अक्षरशः हम पालन कर रहे हैं, तो हम भी तो ये जरूर उम्मीद करेंगे कि हमारे साथ सौतेला व्यवहार नहीं हो और हमको कम से कम ये जो स्वास्थ्य विभाग है ये राजनीति का विभाग नहीं है, ये मानवता का विभाग है और ये पक्षपाती नहीं हो सकते हैं। लेकिन जिस तरीके से मदद की जा रही है वो यही कहा जाएगा कि ऊंट के मुंह में जीरा।
दिल्ली में वैक्सीनेशन ठीक चल रहा है, कुछ वैक्सीन कल मिली है हमारे को और वैक्सीनेशन की अभी हमारे पास 4-5 दिन का स्टॉक है। हमने आगे डिमांड कर रखी है, मिलता रहेगा।
The centre has already rejected claims of vaccine crunch, calling it scaremongering. Health Minister Harshvardhan branded it a stunt by Uddhav government and other opposition-ruled states to hide their failure to contain the pandemic.
महाराष्ट्र में इतने सब बोल रहे हैं, 5 लाख डोज तो खराब कर दिया। राज्य सरकार अपना काम ठीक नहीं कर पा रही है और दूसरे को डोज दे रही है। ये तो उल्टा चोर कोतवाल को डांटे, ऐसी स्थिति है।
Amid the blame game, some positive news. With 34 lakh vaccines a day and over 9 crore jabs so far, India is leading the global vaccine drive. Bureau Report, India Today.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.